Hi, I'm Graham. Welcome back to Man vs Film. This is going to be a top 10 of movies that you can watch right now on Amazon Prime US for the month of January 2019. Happy New Year, and let's get started. Number 10, Hackers. Dade Murphy is a hacker. As a kid in Seattle, he got arrested for the computer virus that he planted and was banned from using any computer until the age of 18. Then he moved to New York and met a group of fellow hackers where trouble soon followed. I recently just revisited Hackers and I'm glad to say that it held up tremendously well, because this is a movie that was very familiar from when I was a kid. I used to watch this a lot in the 90s and I loved it, kind of forgot about it for a while and just rediscovered it a couple of months ago. Performances are great, the direction is fantastic, the way it gives you an insight into what these people were doing, even if it's a glamorised fashion, is still fun, and it's the group of characters that you really buy into. They're so much fun, they're so much fun to spend time with and to see go about their way. Terrific movie if you haven't seen it. Don't get hung up on the actual hacking part of it, just enjoy the characters. Number 9, The Untouchables. After building an empire with a bootleg alcohol, legendary crime boss Al Capone rules Chicago with an iron fist. Though Prohibition agent Elliot Ness attempts to take Capone down, even his best efforts fail due to widespread corruption within the Windy City's police force, recruiting an elite group of lawmen who won't be swayed by bribes or fear. Brian De Palma's movie The Untouchables is one of those amazing movies that no matter when I catch it, if it's midway through on TV or wherever, I have to watch the rest of it. From its score, its production values to its cast, its setups, it is tremendously watchable and just so fantastic. Everything about it works and works tremendously well, and if you haven't seen it, it's time to remedy that. Number 8, Primal Fear. An arrogant, high-powered attorney takes on the case of a poor altar boy found running away from the scene of a grisly murder. The case gets a lot more complex when the accused reveals that there may or may not have been a third person in the room during the murder. The intensity builds with a surprise twist alters everyone's perception of the case. Ed Norton just knocked it out of the park, an absolutely A-class performance straight away, and that's with a great cast round about him of Laura Linney, Richard Gere, countless other terrific actors. But Edward Norton, the movie relies on his performance, it rests on his shoulders and he delivers big style. This is easy to see why he went on to become a star, because his acting prowess is terrific. The story is pretty fun and engaging, and there's some real nice twists and turns along the way, and it is a courtroom case if that's your kind of thing, and for me, I kind of like those things. Number 7, The Game. After a wealthy banker is given an opportunity to participate in a mysterious game, his life is turned upside down when it becomes unable to distinguish between the game and reality. Sean Penn is a younger brother who comes into Michael Douglas's life and gives him this gift. Go to this address, say you want to take part in the game, and it will unfold, taking in parts of your life and creating a sort of game out of reality. And then it starts to take a dark turn. Weird and strange things start to happen to this character, and he doesn't know if it's part of the game or if somebody's really just messing with him. And it gets twisted and turning and crazy, and it's directed by David Fincher, so you know that's a great sign. And again, this is a really fun, highly entertaining film. Number 6, Robot and Frank. Frank is a retired cat burglar living alone with his successful son, who tries to take care of him from afar. Finally, his son gets him a robot caretaker, but Frank soon learns that he is useful as a burglary aid. As Frank tries to restart his old profession, the uncomfortable realities of a changing world and his worsening dementia threaten to take beyond what any robot can do for him. Robot and Frank has a really quirky premise, but it's really brought to life thanks to Frank Langella, who gives this towering performance as Frank. And the robot, although you know you're watching a robot, although you know it's an AI character, you really do feel for this character. It becomes engaging. The relationship between these two characters and how they keep each other alive almost by doing the most absurd things is entertaining and so fun to watch. It's a really nice character study of this burgeoning relationship between a robot and an aging cat burglar. Number 5, A Fish Called Wanda. A criminal gang made up of George, his girlfriend Wanda and their associate Ken are planning a massive diamond heist. Wanda brings in a fourth member, Otto, who she claims is her brother. In reality, Otto is her lover and the two are planning to double-cross George and Ken. This has the kind of core group of the Monty Python gang. It is a comedy thriller that does remarkably well. I think it is hilarious. It's one of those movies that when it came out was everywhere. I remember it, even being young, seeing posters of it and adverts and on the TV and just everywhere, and it was one that I never quite got at that age, but over the years I've really attuned to it and I find it to be one of the best comedies of its time with some terrific performances, especially Kevin Kline's performance as Otto, which is just fantastic. Number 4, Infestation. A slacker awakes to find himself weak and wrapped in webbing after realising that the world has been taken over by giant alien insects. He wakes up a ragtag group of strangers and together they fight for survival. This was one of these movies that I almost skipped by, but I was feeling a little bit, willing to take a chance. And I was happy that I did, because this was a rather endearing, if not silly, movie. I've seen kind of things like it before, but there was a sense of gusto behind this, a sense of just going for it. They didn't have the budget, but it didn't stop them from creating the best movie that they could, and I found this to be incredibly fun. Took some twists and turns along the way that I didn't see happening. It's one of those ones that you know from the start, not all the characters are going to make it, and it kind of finally balances that comedy with horror elements as well. And it's one of these ones that you see the poster and you think, yes, it's not for me. It's worth giving it a shot. You may find something that you rather enjoy. Number 3, bestseller. Hitman Cleve approaches writer cop Dennis about a story for his next book. How Cleve made a living, working for one of the most powerful politicians in the country. To get the story right, they travel around the country and gather statements and evidence, while strong forces use any means they can to keep the story from unfolding. There's a really great conceit here about the story. Brian Dennehy stars with James Wood in this terrific movie that I'm not going to speak too much about because it's one of these unseen gems. People haven't really seen it, it's been undiscovered, but it is terrifically entertaining and so much fun to watch. Now, I want to tell you more. I've kept the synopsis rather tame and devoid of most of the plot that's involved here, but trust me, this is a really good one and one that you're going to rave about and tell other people all about. Number 2, Troll. Torok is an ancient troll and he's using the body of a young girl who's moved into this apartment blocks to take over the full building. Using an emerald ring, Torok transforms the residents into plant pods and plans to restore his old world in which he once lived many, many years ago. Now, Troll is a terrific movie, it really is, and it's one that I've loved since I discovered it in the 80s, but over time it has been forgotten about. It has fallen under the shadow of the sequel, which was regarded as one of the worst movies ever made. In fact, it was a focus of Best Worst Movie, the documentary. I'm here to tell you that Troll is definitely worth your time, with some great practical effects, a really strange, ethereal kind of fairy tale going on here, and some weird and wonderful creature design which really should be seen to be believed. I think this is a terrific movie, maybe a product of its time, but still worth searching out, still worth checking out, but definitely don't watch the sequel. It's really not worth it. Number 1, Digstown. Gabriel Kane has just been released from prison when he sets up a bet with a businessman. The businessman owns most of a boxing mad town called Digstown. The bet is that Gabe can find a boxer that will knock out 10 Digstown men in a boxing ring within 24 hours. Honey Roy Palmer is that man. Although 48, many say he's too old, but he's going to prove everybody wrong. It's called Digstown. In the UK, this was called Midnight Sting, and this is a movie that I have saw countless times and I absolutely love it. It comprises a few of my favourite things. James Wood, Lewis Gossett Jr. It has boxing, which I'm a big fan of in movies, if not the actual thing, and kind of con movies, which this is a little bit as well. There's so much fun. There's so much just levity in this movie, even though there are big stakes. You have the bad guys who are archetypes, typical bad guys you want to see lose. You have the good guys who, are a little bit grey in their morality, but you just want to see them do something good and break away from that shadow that they had and achieve the unsurmountable odds that they have set themselves. Again, it is so much fun. It is funny, it's full of really good characters, it has moments of drama and suspense, it has the thrills that you want, and this is a terrific movie that I demand that you go and check out, because I think you're going to love this one. I hope you love it. It's just an entertaining popcorn flick. Nothing serious here, just pure entertainment. So there we have it, 10 movies for you to check out on Amazon Prime for the month of January 2019. As always, I would love recommendations from you guys. If you have anything for me to check out, let me know in the comment box below, and of course I will see you next month with another top 10. Thanks for watching.